It's official. Hello, everybody. This is Lisa Ware, still a senior group leader. Very happy New Year to you all in 2026. And let's all say, everyone here, draw a line in the sand. Whatever's been, we can't change it. Okay. But what we can do from today is change from today. And that you really want to think about is absolutely true. So I'm going to give you a little of example of what I'm on about here. I don't know about any of you, but I've had some serious challenges going on for 2 months now, and it's not going to stop. It's going to continue, and I've got to learn to manage it. And one of the byproducts, I'll say, and I'm forgiving myself here, but I've put on a bit of weight, and some of you that would have turned up at the kickoff would have seen that. Um, because I have had no time for anybody other than my mum. And it's absolutely taken hours and hours of every single day. Never mind the fact that my car has had more use than my body has. I've had to spend so much time traveling. So I made a promise to myself, and I'm sharing this with you. I said to myself, I've got to do something about this. And the one thing I know that I will do is I would rather get up early because I believe in early bird catches the worm. And I'd rather get up early and fit a bit of me time into the horrors of my day. So I'm out the door now and I've done my exercise and back home by at least 8:30. So I've still not touched what you call the working time of 9 o'clock. So I'm getting stuff done. I'd love to go earlier, but it's pitch black. So I'm going out and I'm power walking because I know that's something I will do. I do it all the time. Um, I want you to hands up. Who's been to a kickoff so far? Did you enjoy them?
Yes,
Did you get did you get stuff out of them?
yes,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
yes. I'd love to go to the same one again on Saturday.
Well,
Yes.
we Rob and I, as you know, presented the Bournemouth one, and it's always more difficult when you're part of the building it together process because by the time it comes, you're already exhausted. But what I would say to you is, I actually can look back on it and reflect and think actually it was good, and there was some great information which I know was imparted, and everybody kept saying they really valued it and they got a lot out of it. And I would say more than anything, do you know what, for me, it was just nice to be amongst real human beings because all this Zoom stuff is all very well, but it's not quite the same, is it? And I'm afraid AI cannot replace what humans can. And we actually Rob set in an hour and 15 minutes lunch break, which at first thought you'd go, that's a long time. But do you know what it did? It meant you had time to talk to people. It meant time that you had time to build some relationships, which was absolutely fabulous. And actually it did benefit everything. It really did. So it was great. I would like to go to another one this Saturday, but they're all full up, and I'm contemplating, do I do a Leon Warner and do I just show up and
Mm,
hope they won't turn me
mm,
away? But
mm.
Cardiff is a very long way to be turned away, isn't it? I don't know. We'll see.
I
Anyway, listen.
wanted to go. I wanted to go, Lisa, but I was warned about the snow, and I
Yeah,
just thought, you know what? I'm just going to leave it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, look,
I've gone and done more work.
let's give you some great stuff, some insights, okay? It's stuff that's come from head office. Some of you that have attended a kickoff will have seen the slides, but possibly didn't have enough time to really absorb and understand them and how to apply them. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen. And it's this one. Okay, and then I move that out the way, and then I do this. Okay. Ah, can you just put your hands up? Because hopefully you're on mute. Can you put your hands up and just say, can you see 2025?
Yes.
Lovely. Right, that's not a mistake, by the way, just so you know. Okay. Right, it's a quick reflection. So I think these figures are nice for people to see because it's nice to know that when you do stuff, it works, okay? So last year between us in the network, that's a lot. 32,790 new 92 new partners came on. That's a lot. And they paid out 32.5 million in commission. Well, um, we are now over 1.3 million households. So, guys, we all deserve a pat on the back. All of us that have brought in some customers, just bear this in mind. We've been part of that. Okay. Um, wow, this is a great one. Look at this. Over 10 million has been paid back to customers in cashback. Actually, I think I've got a large share of that. It's absolute. I love getting cash back. Do you know, I really do. I think it's quite, it makes you just feel that you've beaten the rest of the people out there. And when you get your nectar points and you're putting on those vouchers as well, and then you think to yourself, and I'm about to get 3% back at Sainsbury's. I love that. I love it. Um, there were 12,232 new partner promotions. That's a lot of promotions. Really good. And I think this is the most important figure. And this is the one I want you to contemplate and think about. 2,495 partners reactivated their UW business post Ignite. Now, why? Why is that important? Because there are a lot of people that put this down for many reasons. There can be life challenges. Okay. I must admit, I do feel I'm very close to that, but I'm determined not to put it down because it's my sanity in my very insane world. There can be hiatus hernias. There can be all sorts of things. There can be, you go off and travel around the world for a year, perhaps. Um, it can be that you've just lost interest or you've had that many, let's call it no's, negative stuff, that you just think it doesn't work. Now, I want you to take this on board. I'm going to stop the share because I want to see you as I say this. Here's a reality. Let's just say you've just signed up a 5 service homeowner, cashback card, the whole works. And they've even turned round and said, yeah, show me the money. Yeah, I really fancy being a partner. How good are you going to feel? Yeah, are you going to feel good? Do you think
Mm.
that, do you think on that curve you're going up? Your excitement's there?
Mm.
So would you quit on that day?
No.
So here's the big, big thing. Don't quit on a bad day. Because sure as eggs is eggs, you know what? There'll be bad days and there will also be some more good days. Now, you can have a lot of bad days. Mr. Jim Rowan used to jokingly say, there aren't that many bad people in the world, but they do seem to run around a lot. And I have had, and I can tell you what year it was 2018. I had a bit of a bad year. I had a period of time where I got 21 no's in a row. How many of you would have thrown in the towel? 21 no's? Even one day, I did 4 appointments and not one signed up, and I'm on about face to face as well. Would you have thrown it in? Possibly yes, but I got home after all the mileage and I sat there in the car and I rang Critch. Sorry, Mr. Steve Critchley. And I told him what a terrible day I had. And he said to me, Lisa, so what's your point? I said, well, I said, it's not good, is it? I said, obviously, I've lost my touch. I said, I've had 21 no's in a row. I said, and here's this day today, and there's five of them. And he said, and what's your point? I said, well, things aren't going well. And he said, no. How well have they gone so far? I said, well. He said, do you not think it's going to go back to getting well again? And I said, well, possibly, but I can't see my way around it. He said, there lies the answer. He said, at this moment, your brain is saying to you, you can't see a way around this. He said, you've got to start thinking positive. He said, you've got to think of all the fantastic things that have happened and say to yourself, you know that this is just one of those things. And of course, he wasn't wrong, was he? All right. So I'm sharing that with you because if it's been a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, a couple of bad months, please don't just throw this away. Because do you know what? 2,495 partners got going. And do you know what? They're doing really well. And some of you may know a gentleman called Alan Summerfield. He's local. And in fact, he came on the Romsey 20K giveaway that I did back in September. He was just starting back into it all. Now, Alan had put this down. Please don't do this. For we're talking years and years and years. Yeah, Jenny says, I really needed to hear that. Good. I'm glad it's helpful. He'd put this down for so long. And I remember saying to him, how many customers you got? Now, I'm not going to repeat what he told me, but let's put it this way. He's not a future team leader yet, and he got promoted to QD star. So it'll give you an idea. But do you know what? He's so excited for what the future is because he's skilling himself up. So this is one of my precious things to give to you. Will you take that stuff on board? All right. Really, really important. Okay. So let's now go back in. Okay. So next, here we go. Can I move it on? Right. Here we go. So I know you can see the screen because Zoom's told me 500,000 of free energy has been saved by more than 2,000 partners. You know what we're on about, don't you? FEC. Yeah. I can't tell you how much I love this. And I really want everyone to have it. Please. What really is the minimum? You've got to get 4 points. That only ever comes from homeowners. Okay. 4 points. Keep doing that. Okay. Get to 6 months and you have got 150 credit going on your own bill. For us, it's nuts. Combined with cashback, the company is paying us to use 6 services here. All right. You've got to do this stuff. It's really, really good. Okay. Now, that's what I call our best offers. By the way, what you're visualizing here, they call them social assets. For those of you that do your stuff on social media, you can use this. It's on the partner portal. Me, I don't do any of that. All right. I've never have done, never will. Okay. Right. There. Look, that's what I call a £5 sim. The good news is, why is that there? They are keeping it going. That means we all did enough for them to say, yeah, we'll do it. Listen, guys, please. £5 for 10 gig unlimited minutes and text. It is phenomenal. All right. It really is a game changer. It can make the difference for services. Okay. And I perhaps shouldn't say it, and this is being recorded, but if you need an extra service, that really is one in the drawer. Get my drift? An extra service. Yes, you do. Okay. I didn't really say that. Now, that's what I call a welcome bonus. Oh, why is that there? Oh, happy days. I can't believe this. I really thought it was only till Christmas. They're extending it. I tell you what, this makes such a difference. Such a difference. When I send out the recording, I'm going to send something else out. And it's a bit green of me, but I have found the T's and C's in regards to the welcome bonus because there's a lot of people asking, how is the second and the third £50 added? Guys, it's credited exactly the second one, 30 days, and the third one, 60 days after the date that they activate their cashback card. How easy is that, right? So it's not the beginning of the next month or anything like that. It's 30 days and 60 days afterwards. I think that's marvelous. Do you know what? You can right, let's help you here. This is the stuff I talk about. When I get a referral, I say to them, right, £50 is going to the referee. Your new person that you've recommended is going to get £50 too. But they're going to get something called a welcome bonus, guys. And that can be up to another 150. You're talking about £200 of free money. That could be like, you could say, that's like your broadband almost covered. You could say, that's like £200 off your gas and electric of already the UK's cheapest fixed price. You got to be able to promote this in a way that people can understand. You have to give it to them in apples for apples fashion. All right, really important. And for all of you that are in that area, I'm not. City Fibre, this is it. It will never be extended beyond the 31st of January. So if you know anyone that's in that kind of area, and you can check on your portals, it's being extended. It won't happen again, just so you know that. Right, connectors. Now, some people have made use of this. Okay. I want you to notice something what I consider is quite poignant. 6,100 plus connectors have joined. In other words, they filled in that application form, prompted by a partner. 2,000 plus partners are using connectors. 2,000 referrals have been generated. But I want you to notice this figure. 1,413 customers gathered via connectors. Now, some would say, wow. Personally, I think, oh, hang on a minute, what's going on here? 6,100 connectors have applied, but only 1,413. I know they're customers that wouldn't have been there. Sorry, I know Jason, our fan, didn't do it like this, but I'm being honest. That doesn't look like a good ratio to me. What isn't happening? Right, I'm going to share this. It means everybody thinks it's just about getting someone to sign up for nothing, to give their bank details, for that person to believe the money's just going to roll in. No, it's not. What they are is a lead generator. Do you understand what I mean by that term? Yeah? But
Mhm.
they're going to just get leads and give them to you unless they have a good relationship with their clientele. Because everything about referring is trust and people trusting people. And if that generator, right, the connector hasn't been told, well, you've got to do more than just give them a flyer. You've got to do more than just put up a poster. They've got to talk to their clients. And that's possibly why some of the best ones have been people that are like hairdressers and barbers, because they've got a captive audience, if you get my drift. You know, somebody sat in the chair for an hour, and what happens? Lots of chit chat. That is perfect. But if you are signing up a connector and you aren't actually building a relationship with that connector and spending time with that connector to explain it's all about relationship building, for those people to say, yes, I'd like to speak to about services, it won't happen. Now, that's not me being negative. That's me being absolutely honest with you on how this works. Does that make sense? Yeah. I'm not going out for connectors. I go out for referrals every time because I actually think a connector, I personally don't want to give all my income away because I want my residual income. I don't want to be put on customer bonus. Okay. So let's continue onwards. Let's share the screen again. Okay. Next. Here we go. So partners in action. Here we go. There is something other than Yoodly. It's called Ask Me. And basically, it's a way that you can ask a computer some questions. It says here, it's for partners, it's less time searching for answers, more time speaking to teams and your prospects, always on support when part always on support when partners need it. In other words, I would say it's for simple things. Okay. I've used it a lot. Everything I've asked, I've never got an answer. I've never got a single answer yet, but evidently they want that and to give them feedback so they can improve it. Use it for whipping up a post, answering tricky questions, sparking a fresh idea. All right. And there's the link. Guys, write it down. askme.uw.co.uk. MII, by the way, not ME. All right. Ask me. Okay.
Lisa, I've used it a lot, and I find it really useful. And I have to say, if you're asking it, then it's going to be a really tough one because there's not a lot you don't know.
I guess so. That could be truthful. It's giving you some examples here, Fran. Yeah. It says here, write me a multi-service script. Ooh. I'd say go to your upline. What can I do to grow my business? Ask your upline. Do partners still get paid if they're inactive for a while? That's a good question. Do you know what? That's a fact question. It's not subjective, is it? Yeah. How does the refer a friend scheme work? Brilliant. That's a question to ask it. What counts as part of 3 services? That's another good one. So I would say anything that was logic, fact, statement is great, but where it's about skills, then I would say go to your upline. Is that a fair comment? Excuse me while I'm losing my voice. Right. Now let's go forward. 2026. The Free Energy Club. I am very, very excited about this. Okay. Why? Because they've offered a chance to fast track free energy. Now, I'm going to go through this because this is very, very important. There is a load of writing here. Okay. It says, why are we doing this? It's to help you grow your business faster, to reward strong starts and smart recruiting in January, to give new partners a taste of free energy while launching a great business. So, guys, this is all about recruitment because what you may have heard if you come along to the Bournemouth kickoff was recruit, recruit, recruit. You know what? Anyone can gather some customers. It is a fact. In time, anyone can. But where it lies is helping others to achieve what they want to achieve. Okay. So what does a new partner get? So let's just get this right. This is only brand new partners, not somebody that joined prior to the 1st of January, right? Brand new partners. So what the new partner gets is £150 of free energy credit off their February bill when they achieve 4 achiever points in January. Guys, please, that can just be one customer. All right. Really, 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 really. If you do this right, as I tell everybody, you do not sign them up unless they say to you, I can meet up with you for a fast start plan within 24 hours, 36 at the max. All right. But basically, if they're saying, oh, well, I'm about to have a few days, don't sign them up yet. Wait till they can, because you don't want to take away the fact that you don't want them to lose out on their 30 days. You want them to give them a chance to have the bonuses. So, £150 credit on their first own bill. When you think about that, isn't that phenomenal? Yeah.
Yes. Mm.
So let's say they get one customer. Let's go on the average. Let's say 3 services, core services. Remember, guys, this is only homeowners. So you're getting a gist here. The company, again, it's not just me, is pushing. They want you to go homeowners. All right. So you get somebody that's a homeowner and they get 3 services. Now, 3 core services. How many points are they going to get? 3. So there's one more point. So it's possibly going to need 2 customers. Or if they recruit someone with your support, because they can't support them, they will then earn a point for team building, and they've got 4. Now, I, generally speaking, get lots and lots.
Yeah.
Could you please mute Tracy Lumley
Oh,
Herbert?
sorry.
Thank you. So if I tend to get a lot of 4, 5 services, and that's because I am showing them that there's a benefit to having that £5 card, that mobile. Or if they're people that need lots of data, well, yes, the first one's 23, but they got 6 months that they don't have to pay for subsequent ones before it kicks in. This is huge. So you could order a couple, all right? And perhaps, again, I didn't say it for the record, but they might decide 6 months later down the line they don't need that service anymore. Get my drift? Okay. So you want to get the services in because then they can get those points. Now, what does the recruiter get? Wow. The recruiter will get £50 free energy credit per partner. You heard that, per partner. So both of you are paid the new partner when they hit 4 achiever points. Now, remember, if you are supporting that partner, you're getting achiever points anyway because you're supporting them. Yeah? And there's no limit here. There's no cap. So let's say you recruited 4 partners. That's 1 a week. And they all hit 4 points. So the brand new partner each partner is going to get 150 credit. Brilliant. But you, as the partner that's recruited them, you're going to earn £50 for each one. You've bagged yourself a £200 credit on your own bill. Oh, and by the way, this is on top if you are already what they call on a streak. In other words, if you're already receiving FEC. So that, like myself, I've been on this since the beginning and I love it. So it says, for example, you can earn more. Let's say you recruit 10 partners who hit 4 points and you hit the 4 points too. You'll earn £500 of free energy credit. That is nuts. That is absolutely bizarre. Now, what should this do? I tell you what, if you're doing it right, let's stop the share. Here we go. Important stuff. You're out and about and you're talking to people. Okay. Or you should be. More importantly, you should be listening to people. Now, I'm constantly asking people how they find the economy at the moment, because it's the one way you are going to regurgitate negative stuff coming back, which you want. You want to hear what is troubling them. And then you say, I can possibly help you with that. Now's not the time or the place. I get my phone out. I take their name and their number and I'll say, I'll send you some information. I've not had anybody say no, thank you. Now, it doesn't mean they've all taken up, but I haven't had anybody say no, thank you. And I'm going to share this because I think maybe you don't think I walk the walk, because I damn well do. So I can't tell you how my life has been taken over, but I actually prospected one of the care workers that came in for her half-an-hour stint with my mum. And this was the one that was at 9 o'clock at night. This is absolutely true because my husband, Juan, was in the lounge and he heard me in the kitchen because this lady was one of the ones that was really lovely. And I could tell she cared. Some of them came in to do their job and they went. And I don't know why they're in the caring profession because the word care didn't come into it, but she was different. And I said to her, very much that I took my hat off to how hard they worked and understood they had so much to do in half an hour. And they had to travel to and from the appointments. What she revealed to me was astonishing. They're not even on 20 quid an hour. Oh my
Mm,
God, this is absolutely appalling.
mm,
I know, Shalane knows, doesn't she?
mm,
20
mm,
quid an hour. They're not even on that.
mm,
And do you know what? Stress and the word and the stuff they're doing is unbelievable. To which I said to her, all right, I'm glad this is on the recording. I turned around and I said, oh my gosh, you work so hard, and it would appear that the industry does not value you.
mm,
Now that's a statement of fact. And she said, yes. I said, why do you do it, Zoe? That was her name. She said, well, because I've sort of always done it. But she said, I must admit, we're struggling. And then she said, I really could do with some more money coming in. To me, that was like ping, light bulb. Excuse the pun there. And I turned round and I said, Zoe, it's not the time or the place because I know you've got to get off. But I can help you with that. She said, can you? I said, absolutely, I can. I said, I tell you what, Zoe, and I just got my phone out. I said, I know you're Zoe because it's on your badge. I said, Zoe, what's your surname? And I'm going to write here, carer. And she gave me a number. I said, I'm going to send you some information. I said, it'll be 3 little videos. And I used the UW stories. And I said, I'm sure you're very busy this next few days because at this point it was already something like, what was it? I think it was the Monday, the 22nd of December. And this is 9:30 at night. And there's me doing what I call the night shift because my sister had done the day before because we were having to stay there 24/7. It wasn't easy. But it didn't stop me prospecting. I have just done a follow-up with this lady. Oh God, I'll have to hang on a minute. Sorry, guys. I'll have to switch my phone off because this is an elderly gentleman who doesn't understand. No. Um, hang on. My explanation is very clear. Right. I followed up today and I rang her and there was no answer. And I left a message and said, hi, Zoe. I don't know whether you've had a chance to see those 3 videos, but Christmas and New Year's out the way, which I know is the ultra busy time. And I don't know whether you've taken off read receipts, but I don't know that you've watched it. So I'm following up because you may be oblivious that it's there. I'd love to have a chat with you. I'd love you to get back to me. If you don't, I will call you again because at least I'd like to know whether you are seriously interested in improving your income or not. But I said everything said to me when we were together, you were, and you were very keen for me to send you the information. Now, I will continue to follow that up because one of the things I've learned is don't take a non response as a negative because I've learned to my detriment, it often isn't. Often you just need to keep following up because it's all about timing with people. Okay. Timing is everything. So I'm giving you an instance where I've done something in possibly a situation that most wouldn't do it because I believe there is opportunity everywhere. And it's not about what's for me, it's about what's for them. Okay. Uh, Alan says, do you ever confirm a callback time before handing over the info? No, I don't. I want them to watch the info. I'm using UW stories very much as a filtering system to get some idea because some people you'll send it and they'll come back to you instantly and go, oh God, great, I'm really interested. Fantastic. And then I ring them and I go into interview mode to see whether I want them or not. Right, very quickly, back in. Here we go. So, you know how the FEC system works. Okay. All right. By the way, it's not there, but you know after month 3, you do get a bill. You get a FEC when you've done 3 months. Okay, that's fact. All right. But you know if you drop out, you start back here. Okay, that's important. Important to notice, power up. There are going to be 2 days. Um, Only available at the moment is Saturday the 18th. Sunday the 19th, which you're about to see, is going to be available to book from the 12th of January. So if you haven't already booked your power up, please do. There is a link here, but I mean, just go on your partner portal. You've just, it's not something you should miss. I'm going to say that. All the best things happen at these events for sure. Right. What is Sunday about? Now, I did both days last year and I'm going to do both this year because I thought it was fantastic. So on the Sunday, and the tickets go live, as I say, on the 12th, national-led sessions packed with insight and perspective, interactive learning zones where you can get hands-on with the tools, trainer-led workshops shaped directly by what you've told us and you want more support with. Guys, lots of people are crying out for live training. We're talking live in-class training. This is what we saw, and it was absolutely brilliant. You could win an exclusive Udemy license, unlock access to brand new programs shaped by your feedback. I'm not saying anything about that. For your chance to win, attend both days, Power Up Saturday, Power Up Action Sunday, and complete one simple activity on the Sunday. All right. And it says here, encourage your teams to be both days. Definitely. Make it a weekend. Treat it like a holiday. Say to yourself, I'm going away for the weekend, cutting off the rest of the world and all the stresses. Okay. Amplify. I am delighted at this. Last but not least, it's not going to be at Coventry Stadium. It's going to be in a new location, the BP Pulse Live, NEC Birmingham. Please note the date, Saturday, the 12th of September. Put it in your diary. Everything else goes round it. And it says here 6 things for 2026. Get started strong, okay? Or restart strong, okay? Early support builds confidence. So in other words, make sure you ask for help if you feel you need it. Ask for help. Get supported appointments. Listen, if it's a long time since you've last done something, get someone to help you, all right? Invite people you know, bring in people you're happy to help, because do you know what? It's much nicer working with people you enjoy working with. Okay. Use your best offers with confidence. The 150 welcome bonus, the free energy fast start track. They work, use them. Stay active, be consistent. Even if you only can touch your business with, say, a learning thing, a podcast on your portal. All right. In fact, it's a fact. We said it. You know, you cannot achieve anything if you don't do it consistently. It just doesn't happen. Going to the gym once a month does not get you a good body. All right. It just doesn't. Show up month by month. Yeah. And attend training, go to buzzes, power up, events, help build your belief, skills, and confidence. That's it, guys. I've gone over time, but I thought it was important. Questions? Yes, Shalane.
Um, can you hear me? Okay. The high activity bonus. So if our new partner does 2 customers, will they still get high activity bonus as well?
Yes, it hasn't been taken away.
Lovely. Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And if they do 4 homeowners with 3 services, remember it's £100 each.
Yes. Yes. Lovely.
All right.
Thank you.
Any other questions while we're here before we knock off? If not,
Yes,
yes,
Lisa, I
yes.
just want to say I had an appointment today. I've waited for a year for it. It was not a face-to-face, it's on Teams. And I waited. After about 40 mi minutes, I sent a message on the messenger. And then I decided, no, I'm not going to give up now. So I phoned the phone number and I left another message and I got a return back from a lovely lady who was obviously the receptionist of this clinic, who was so apologetic. The healthcare is in a crisis. We all know it. And I'm not sure if you're all aware that there's going to be a whole lot more appointments that are all going to be done through Zoom and Teams and whatever. So I
Tracy,
think
can I hold you there? Are you talking about Utility Warehouse or you're on about the National Health
now
Service?
I'm talking about national health, but it's an
No, please.
opportunity.
No, please don't, because um, we need to actually come off this, okay? Because I normally do this for 30 minutes, but there was a lot to get through.
Oh,
We
okay.
can always talk about that sort of thing. This is not for this Zoom. Thank you ever
Okay.
so much. All right, listen,
Okay.
folks, it will be sent out in your Teams and it will be on YouTube as well. Thank you for
Okay. Thank you, Lisa.
Bye bye.
Bye.